7. Bo. Come, says Judith, pulling on Bo's hand. You ask first, and then you touch gently, gently, as if a butterfly had landed on your skin. So I whine as I follow Judith, hand in hand. The big ones are down by the road. When Judith lets go of my hand, I look up. The big ones are walking together. They walk to school. They stick together. Now Adina turns around. She calls, Judith, Bo, go home. We're going to school, squeaks Judith. No, you're not. Get. Judith slows down her steps, but does not turn around. When the others can't see, she walks. When they look back at us, she stops. I'm going to school, she murmurs. I will go and read books just like Miriam. But Judith, Eva exclaims. We are now some ways down the road. The fine leaves have turned green on the trees and the sun is warming the asphalt. They are all walking. Miriam is the smallest in the group ahead. She has braids. She turns around and waves compassionately. Adina and Naomi point and laugh at us. But Lisa turns on her heel and comes running. She rushes towards us, hair flying, backpack bouncing on her back, causing Judith to take a step back. Lisa lands in front of us, squats down so that our faces are at the same level, so that we can see her dark eyes. Now you both go back. You should not be on the road. You're not going to school. Be glad you don't have to. Judith is not glad. She doesn't have to. Judith does not want to go home today. She takes her bow with her, and they follow the sisters again anyway. The schoolyard is full of children, big and small, brown children and yellow and red ones. What should we do with them? Esther asked. I told them to go home, Lisa replies. No, be with you, says Judith. Come on, says Esther. Ada, Adina, Naomi, and Miriam go off to their classrooms, but Esther shows us the school's common room. You can stay here, hide in here, and I'll pick you up at recess. Judith's eyes wander over the common room, the pool table, and the benches upholstered in green galleon. She pulls Bo along, and they are in their strange world, the school. Then 2 boys come, and they're going to play pool, but they wonder who we are and hurry away. Then a man appears, a teacher. Well, hello, he says. Who are you? What are you doing here? You don't talk to anyone, Dad said. So we don't talk to anyone. Where do you live? Where do you come from? Judith's eyes are now very, very big. Do you know anyone in this school? Judith nods. Who? S, whispers Judith. S. Are you Wilson, children? Asks the man, the teacher. Then he sighs. Let's go and see the school counselor, he says. She'll have to deal with this. The situation is at a breaking point. He holds out his hands and smiles, so Judith takes it gently. Come on, honey, it's okay, he says, and his hand grabs Bo, and I scream, ah, ah, ah. The grip tightens. He pulls Bo, quick steps all over the big school into a room with a corner. It's my corner. Hello, nice corner, I say. Bo, Bo. The man and the school counselor talk to each other. Here, little one. Here you can look at my wallet. Here's the bus pass and all the other cards. And Judith is happy and sits and fidgets with the lady's wallet. Bo rocks. close to the wall, the yellow wall, the brown edge of the carpet. Never seen anything like it. Maybe autism? Enough is enough. Someone has to take action. Something that is not right. Yeah. Will you manage? I have to go to class. Yes, I'll take care of these sweet girls. The school counselor is a kind lady with a kind hand on Judith's shoulder. I travel up the small indentations in the wallpaper, upward, all the way to the cornice. There is a small gap, a dark, narrow gap. I'm on the cool window glass. Time stands still. Time takes a leap. The big ones are in the room now, all their heads, all their dark hair, and Esther's blonde, and Miriam's braids. All except Eva, who is almost a lady and attends the high school. Why did you bring your little sisters to school? Asked the counselor. No one answers. Everyone is sitting or standing seriously, leaning against the wall. Everyone looks down, and no one says a word. Mom comes into the room. Hello, here I am with all your lovely daughters, says the counselor lady. And the little ones are here, safe and sound, she says, and Mom lets her eyes drift. Lisa, please take your sisters to the schoolyard while I talk to your mother. Bo is rocking. Let her be. Take the others, Lisa. The door closes. Is she autistic? Asked the counselor. Autistic? She was dropped by her sister when she was a baby. She fell on her head. We hope she will grow out of it, says Mother. But you have seen a doctor. Yes, a while ago. He said everything was fine. Everything fine? I'll have to dispute that, says the counselor. Your daughters come to school just like old Russian grandmothers. They have bruises that they tried to hide, and they gulp their food as if they are starving. They are not like other children. Do you know that all of your daughters show social difficulties? No. They avoid the other students and find it difficult to make friends. Lisa has gotten into fights several times. Adina lies constantly and Naomi exposes herself to the boys. Ada's teacher, she says that Ada seems to have no feelings. Esther is like her classmates but painfully shy. Painfully shy. Miriam is terrified of making mistakes. All people are loved by God, no matter what their nature. But children also need human supervision. Now we have reached a point. We need answers. Something is simply not right, and we all notice it here at the school. Mom remembers what Dad said and repeats, we don't want our girls to be forced into templates. We want them to find their own way. We encourage them to be themselves. The counselor lady annoyingly sorts our folders on the desk. Why did Esther bring the youngest to school today? I don't know. You'll have to ask Esther. I have asked. I asked all the girls. They refuse to answer. They refuse to talk to me. Maybe you can understand why I'm worried. But it's not that bad. Are they behind in their schoolwork? Some of them are undoubtedly behind, but it is rather the emotional welfare that I am concerned about. I must report what we have noticed. The little autistic one is dirty and neglected as well. Social services will be in touch, says the counselor. Mom's tense arm are around me now, so I let out a cry of fear and don't calm down until I'm under the kitchen table. I am rocking back and forth. Dad is in the kitchen and so is Mom. He is at the table and she is sitting on a chair. And you said it's because her sisters dropped her on her head? Yes, nods Mom. We just do things a little differently in our family, Dad continues in a low, chanting voice. We just do things a bit differently. We think that time has become arbitrary with low morals, and we want our girls to get the right kind of values, says Mom tonelessly. It's not that our girls don't fit in, it's that they find their own way, which we encourage, says Dad. Mom repeats Dad's words. Chapter 8 Bo. Now it's almost summer, so Judith wants us to play in the garden. We make boats out of leaves and sail them in the water barrel. Then we go inside and see if there's anything to eat. Judith is standing at the sink where Mom is washing the dishes. Is there anything to eat? Her body says hopefully. Bo is in the corner, Bo's corner in the other room, where Mom usually sits and reads the Bible, and Dad usually holds hearings. He comes up with difficult things, so sisters get nervous and must show him. When he is not in the room but in the study, Eva sews in this room, re-sews old clothes. Lisa cleans, flying rag and the vacuum cleaner. Esther braids Miriam's hair and cooks in the kitchen, or she sits on the windowsill and sketches. What do you think, Bo? She says and shows me. Esther. Esther, I'm rocking now. Bo sits in the corner so much that they sometimes forget about Bo. Miriam and Judith have done a puzzle and run off to play. I sit in the corner behind the sofa when Mom and Dad are in the room talking. Dad lectures and explains things. He is angry. He is lonely. Mom listens and listens. I'm the one who provides for you. I'm the one who gave you this family. Then I should know what is best for them, for us, for our family. When I dreamt that I was crowned, it was so that holiness would show me, and now I know I will sow the new seed. Our family is the first, and more will follow. Some evenings there's a fire in the fireplace, and once they roasted marshmallows. They also sit and sang, but not too much singing, Dad says. Not a single laugh. The most important thing is in the world. Everyone obeys Dad. I'm sitting in the corner. The walls are wood paneled. Between the floorboards are gaps that are black. Hello, cracks, black. The sun moves from the west window to the east window. Sisters come home, 2 by 2, 1 by 1. The sun disappears behind the wall. Not at home. In another room. Not at home. In another room with another counselor, one who has big square glasses. All of us, all dark hair, and Esther's blonde. Me on Eva's lap, Judith with Lisa, with her thumb in her mouth and her eyes averted, her forehead pressed against Lisa's shirt. 5 sisters sitting on the couch, terrified stares and dejected looks. But my gaze wanders over paintings and potted plants. Upwards, there are the cracks. There are cracks here too. The sisters thought that everything would be normal, but very soon the second counselor came in a big car. Mom was silent. Dad looked indulgent and kind. We have received an alarm about a worrying situation and a neglected child, said the counselor. It's our job to protect children who are in danger. No one has said that these particular children are being harmed, But we need to talk to them. The counselor's male colleague stepped forward. You who are the oldest, gather the younger ones. Do as they say, Dad said gently and calmly. Out like baby birds that have fallen from the nest, into the big car, some in the other counselor's car, then to this place, an interrogation room for children. First of all, we are concerned about your sister Lydia. That is her name, if I understand correctly. There are no records of any treatment, diagnosis, or investigation. We don't know what's wrong with Bo, says Lisa. She's just Bo. Yes, but it is important to find out about your sister so that she can get the right help. She is a human being. She doesn't like to be touched, whispers Esther, and then she blushes furiously and stares down at her shoes. I see, smiles the counselor. The school also told me that you girls have all had difficulties of some kind. Is that correct? No, says Lisa. Yes, but your teachers have reported. They are very worried and demand that action be taken. That you cannot come back to school until we get to the bottom of your situation. The counselor smiles. You are having a hard time. There is a slight humming noise from the ventilation system. Please tell me. No response. How are you doing at home? The counselor looks from Lisa, who vehemently averts her eyes, to Esther's blank face and across the sofa. Esther has raised her shoulders and is staring down at her lap. Why are you afraid? The curate asks her. Esther begins to cry. The sisters stare at her. Esther looks up at them through her tears and shakes her head, praying. Okay, girls, please wait for a moment, asks the curator. What is happening? Ada whispers. They're silent, picking at a seam. Esther squirming, tying a shoelace, closing her eyes, leaning against each other. Naomi pulls at Adina anxiously. When the door opens after a long wait, the curator has a folder in her hand. Now we have decided, she says, that you will leave home for a little while. We have arranged different places for you. Let's see, 16 and 15, Eva and Lisa. You will have to live in a youth home until we have sorted out the situation. You can go there with Jan Olof, whom you met earlier. 12, 11, 7, and 4. The counselor looks at us and then down the folder. Ada, Adina, Miriam, and Judith. Did I get it right? You will live in a family home, all four together, indeed. And then there's Esther, who is 14, and Naomi and Lydia. The counselor assistant smiles proudly. You will live in a very nice ward. The sisters' eyes are wide, horrified. Just for a little while, says the counselor. We want to live together, whispers Esther, holding the three of us together. Her hand rests on my shoulder, but it's not heavy, and I'm glad I have Esther. Do you want to sleep in the same room? This lady has blonde hair that lies flat on her head and big glasses. I see. I think we can get another bed in here. Yes, we will arrange that, says the lady. Her name is Lena. My name is Lena, she said once, a long, long time ago. No, now. We are in a box in a large brick house. On the lower ground floor, there is a floor where footsteps clatter and a corridor with doors. I am tired. I lie under the blanket. The white walls are gray without the sunlight. Hello, dark corners, I say, but I don't care much about them after all. Naomi lies next to me, tense and silent. She falls asleep in flight. Esther lies crying. It's morning light, lemon light. We are in a corridor on an alien space station. I can show you around the ward, says Lena. Lydia can wait here. Lena joins Esther and Naomi, and I am on the floor. The new lady comes up to me. She has big thighs in black pants. Lydia, she says the new voice. They call you Beau, right? Beau? A stubby, rough finger pushes my chin up. Then I see the new lady. She has gray hair and red cheeks. There you are, she says happily. I wink. If you're not autistic, says the red lady, then what are you? I rock with renewed vigor. Hello, plant, I say. It is in a white pot and has sparse pointed leaves that are light green. Around me is the ward, a place with white walls, buzzing coffee makers, ringing voices, and lemon morning light. Beau, can you come with me? Beau? Beau, can you come with me? A chubby rough lady's hand reaches out to me and it pulls me off the floor. Shall we go and have a nice bath? Asks the lady. I walk with my hand in hers, past the doors on the rattling floor. Behind the last door is the bathroom with white tiles and a bathtub. The lady starts to undress me. Her hands know where we are going. But little dear, says the gray lady, does it hurt? I don't know what she means, but when she lifts me up and puts me in the water that has started to fill the tub, my buttocks sting. Gray lady smiles. Good girl. And the warm water rises up over my belly, and then the stinging stops, and the gray auntie massages in shampoo and washes Beau with soap that smells as good as yellow bush. Chapter 7 and 8 comments. Beau and her sisters live in a present moment that, in turn, exists within the flow of time. They are living a vulnerable childhood where they need help. It is their childhood, not mine, Alva's, and yet it is. And even though Alva turns 8, 9, and 10, Bone remains 5 in this present moment.